It's time for Transport Line, the program that showcases the contributions of all modes of transportation to the socio-economic growth and development of our country, Africa, and the rest of the world. Transport Line is being beamed to you from the Center of Excellence, the state of aquatic splendor, and Africa's second largest economy, Lagos. I am Shina Elegbede. Glad to know that you are keeping us company. The hustle and bustle of traffic management in Lagos State is getting to crescendo level. Of course, the traffic management agencies saddled with that responsibility in Lagos State have been up and doing. But we want to know how they've rejigged the strategies to make sure that we have a better, smooth motoring as far as traffic management is concerned this time around. So, on the set today, I have the sector commander of the Lagos State Federal Safety Corps, the person of Kehinde G. Amzat, who is here in the studio to let us know how far they've gone, not only to sensitize the people, but the strategies they've mapped out for those hotspots, so that we, by the end of Christmas and beyond 2026, we should be saying, to God be the glory. Sector Commander, you are welcome to the program.
My pleasure.
Good.
Being with you.
Yeah. It's nice seeing you again. It's been quite a while.
Sure.
Yeah, I know exigency of duty has been keeping you away from set.
The hustles and bustles of the state.
Yes. What are the strategies in place to make sure that we conform to the safety regulations on our road in Lagos State in particular?
Thank you. The very first strategy I will be talking about will be stakeholders collaboration. You see, whatever you do, don't forget, we always say safety is everyone's responsibility. If you look at the population we have in Lagos, and of course the road network in Lagos, road safety, put along with the LASMA, with the VIS, even with the military, everyone, police, put together, we may not be able to do it alone. It takes you and I to get it done. That's why we still have the people we call special marshals, first responders, and of course these people are meant to work along with us to be able to give us information. Information is power. Whatever technology you think you have, whatever thing you think you have, human beings are the best form of information. Because when you have it, that is when you can deploy technology to get any work done. So the very first thing we're looking at is how to stakehold with other traffic agencies as well as the motoring public. For example, we've tried to deploy technology into the system. What do I mean? WhatsApp, as small as it is, we've tried to create a robust one such that every community we have information of most of them who ply the road per time, even pedestrians, because all we need is simply information. Information will help us do our job better. So we are stakeholding with people, government agencies that are in charge of traffic activities, and of course the commuters, and of course members of the public to be able to feed us. Don't forget, we are just interested in safety of lives and properties and prompt removal of road traffic crashes as well as obstruction on the road so that we can have a seamless movement of traffic. So stakeholding is paramount, is that thing we are really pushing. And that's why in the last 2-3 weeks, we've been having more of town hall meetings, we've been having more of road shows to sensitize members of the public on what they need to do in case there are hiccups. And don't forget, we still have our toll-free line, which is 122 for federal road safety and core, and 112 for the state, and 767. Whichever one, all we are interested is information. All the other agencies have a way of communicating. Is it fire? Is it building collapse? We have the contact of the head of each agency is responsible for some of these activities, and we have vowed to work together as one. Our interest is safety of lives and properties. Over the time, just recently, there are issues of falling containers with spilling fuel. We need the fire service to be on standby. We need other agencies to be on standby. And of course, dissuade people from scooping fuel so that it does not degenerate into a situation where we will have a vehicle exploding into flame. And the moment I communicate with any of the heads of these agencies, they attend to us in no time. And every hand will be there on deck to ensure that things are done appropriately. We are not here to muzzle up who is who does what. The most important, look at me. I'm working for federal agencies, but I am sector commander Lagos State. I should be able to work along with other agencies in Lagos. It is when Lagos is moving, that is when my name will move. That is when my own superiors will tell me, well done. If I think LASMA is not important, police is not important, the military are not important, then I cannot do my work well. How do I receive accolade from my own superior? So stakeholding, working together, public input are those things we are really working on to ensure safety of lives and properties, and of course a seamless youth season.
From your own end, you've identified some certain hotspots. From a transport line end, we look at Kara Bridge, we look at CMS, we look at Lekki Aziz, we look at Uibu, and other areas which you know. So what are the plans in place to prevent how to manage traffic in those areas?
Thank you. You see, there are instances, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Put every workforce in a place. If you don't strategize on a situation where the event may not even happen, that is to be proactive rather than reactive. Thank God, Lagosians will be looking at me if need be government officials. I just wrote a letter to the Secretary to State Government in Lagos State, Barrister Ndei, and we were discussing. In fact, I chatted even with the Honorable Commissioner for Transportation Lagos. We were discussing on Kara Otedola, because just about 2 weeks, stroke last week, there are serious road traffic crashes that we experienced there. So I went there with my men. We made some analysis and made some observations. So I discovered that it's not something we can say, let us do alone. So I put a position paper to the Secretary to the State Government of Lagos. And I called her too, and we agreed that she's going to work on that paper. On my call with the Honorable Commissioner for Transportation Lagos, you know, Kara is like a boundary between Lagos and Ogun State. Yeah. And it's more of Ogun than Lagos. But majority of the people that apply that area works in Lagos. They live in Lagos. People who live in Arepo, Moboro, Mowe, Ibafo, majority of them live in Lagos. So any problem affecting that axis is affecting Lagosians. So the Honorable Commissioner for Transportation Lagos State promised to put a call across to his counterpart in Ogun so that we can meet together and see how we can have a better movement, because I have identified those things that actually may be causing crashes or traffic congestion around that area, which I analyzed or itemized in the letter I sent to the SSG Lagos. Look at the right of way of Lagos-Ibadan Express, for example, has been encroached upon. And these are areas that could have been sort of cushioned in case there is a supposed crash that may want to happen there. Yes. So in my letter, I mentioned the need to even invite the Federal Controller of Works, Lagos, so that we all put our heads together and see how to strategize to ensure that crash does not even happen, not to talk of mitigating. Even if it happens, we'll be able to attend to it on time.
Well, I hope that all this, your think tank, you'll be able to walk your talk and make sure that we have what you call period during Christmas. Security is paramount when we're talking about safety on our roads. And in a situation where majority of our roads are not well lit at night. And I could observe that one of the agencies in Lagos State, traffic management agencies in Lagos State, I'm referring to LASMA, has embarked on tacit, quote unquote, 24 hours operation. Not only that, they are now more or less combing areas where you have people who are criminally minded, so that in case when you travel at night you have a breakdown or there's an accident, the lives and property of Lagosians, of citizens in Lagos State, will be safe. Is there any synergy between your agency and LASMA, and even especially the police? I know the police must give them security backup, because I could record the last time when you delegated one of your officers, the commander of operations, Lucas, to come on board. He spoke about how the Lagos State Police Command assisted in getting FRSC, Lagos State Sector Command, to do operations to clear
issue of
overloading at night.
Yes.
So Christmas period is here. There is no way. You have some people, all they are interested in is they want to make money, not thinking about the welfare and the safety of other citizens in Lagos State. What is your strategy on this?
The relationship with the police is a continuous exercise, and hardly will there be a week pass by without me talking with the GM LASMA. In fact, not just GM LASMA, even with the director of VIS, we talk together. All is to ensure safety during, before, during, even and after the Yuletide season. Be that as it may. Let me just blow the bubbles of some things that is happening around OPIC. You see, the activity, special operations we do at night, you know, overloaded vehicles, they've discovered that they've learned to move at night. That was what actually prompted our deployment of men at night to ensure we do enforcement. Now, because during the day, their birds have learned to perch without landing, and the road safety hunter had learned to shoot without aiming, be that as it may. They are now re-strategizing. They hardly move around that time again, because we don't give a specific day when we go on that operation. We just strike and they just see us and we arrest as many of them as possible for overloading. And the irony is we don't allow them go until they offload the arrested vehicle to the required level. That is now causing some pinch to the commuters or the passengers who are the owners of this goods. Now what I observe, because we to gather intelligence, you see, I am like an auditor. I am not here to say I must arrest you. I just want you to know what I'm planning so that you don't do it again. So those people we are used to arresting now, what they do now is they look for vehicle, trucks, to take their luggages to the tip of the Long Bridge.
Okay.
So they now use smaller vehicles to transload these things to move. I have discovered it. I am telling them to know that I have discovered it, because I will soon sweep soon sweep on them. So the strategy they are using, I'm taking my time too. So this is an opportunity to tell them just to do the right thing, because many a times they feel very uncomfortable when I throw my tantrum to them. So they should know that I am aware of their new strategy. And by the time I come into it, I will still arrest as many as possible. Over time, you see, there's no, Lagos cannot work alone completely without synergizing with Ogun.
Yeah.
Because they are as good as, they are fused together. My Ogun State counterpart, the sector commander Ogun, at a time, will relate with him, we'll put joint operations, and we'll get all these things sorted. So these are some of the things we are looking at. But because I have opportunity of talking to Lagosians today, they should know that I am aware of these things and I'm strategizing. I'm not going to work alone like we started. The police the NSCDC, we're all working together to ensure obedience of traffic rules and regulations, thereby amounting to safety of lives and properties. So it's a collaborative effort. It's a joint activity.
Sector Commander.
Yes, sir.
Presently, security, we all know, is a concern of everybody. And we look at our motor parks and our garages. How do you assist other traffic management agencies and especially the police to make sure that those who are criminally minded to not infiltrate all these parks and garages under the guise of using vehicle to commute passengers from point A to B? Because we believe that go to a motor garage or park, board a vehicle is the safest. But at times, the philosophy is being broken. So what is being done?
Last week, I had a meeting with some branch members of the NURTW to ensure that we don't see such thing. And they have told us that they are ready to put their own tax team to work with our men to ensure that the idea of road commuting, transit commuting does not hold water. And especially the interstates vehicles. So these are the things we put in. We have spoken about it. It is for us to now put their own task force. You know, they have task force too, with our own, to ensure that we have seamless operations, which before the week runs out or next week, we should be able to tidy up all those things. Be that as it may. At the motor parks, at the various motor parks, you know, we, the paramilitary, we used to have meetings with the SSG. In fact, we are looking at a situation where we will still enter the motor parks and work on the shanties that are around there to ensure that criminal or criminal-minded human being does not infiltrate even to the parks. There are things that are more of confidential that I may not want to disclose here until we carry out the exercise. But there are a lot of things we are doing to ensure that we mitigate around that. The SSG is really working, I must tell you, with other security agencies. And I must commend personally the governor of the state for supporting the activity, because whatever you plan, along with the state, if the governor did not assent to it, it's as good as you have done nothing.
Yes, when you look at the motor garages and parks, we still have some shanties and kiosks selling all these pelebe, drugs and what have you, drinks. How is your agency cooperating with NURTW and other road transport unions to see that not only that members are sensitized not to take this before they go, or don't house those kiosks and workshops within the motor park and garages?
Maybe you might need to do a little of investigative journalism to be able to unravel some of these things. Most of these things are no more being sold at the various parks. But how do you now get a driver who has the sachet drink in his pocket? And probably the moment he gets out of the park, that is where members of the public comes in. We are not ghosts to know exactly what drivers are doing after they must have left the park. But you, the occupant of that vehicle, know exactly what he's doing. Without talking, don't forget, we recently, at the tail end of last year, we launched FRSC mobile application where things can be reported. Between point A, before you get to point B, if you report a drunken driver with description of that vehicle, leaving certain park and heading towards certain park, if you report it on the emergency section of our FRSC mobile app, before the vehicle will move to 3 to 4 kilometers, the nearest command will be communicated to watch out for that vehicle And don't forget, we are using our alcoholizers now for testing, or breathalyzers for testing drivers.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So that vehicle will be stopped. Already it does not know that somebody had reported, because it's an online thing. And within a twinkle of an eye, somebody will tell somebody and the information will get there. Then we'll report to the team on the road. So such driver will be tested for use of alcohol while driving. And if it is confirmed, it will be penalized appropriately. And such a report will be taken back to their various parks. Let me iterate that the transport union that we used to have then is quite different from the one we have now. I make bold to say that we have decent and disciplined executives within the transportation executive now as I speak. You need not chase a vehicle. You need not kill a vehicle. Just get the information, get it to their park. I get to discover that the kind of punishment they met on even their own drivers is more than what you will think they can do to themselves. There are times they will even seize some vehicle for a week. The driver will be grounded. I am shocked to discover that they have such penalties to their drivers. So members of the public should help us too. If you remember our last year's theme of Ember month, it says speak out. The passengers should please speak up as crashes. They said speak up against dangerous drivers, as crashes kill more passengers than drivers. So passengers should learn to speak up, either directly or indirectly using the mobile app, or directly by telling the driver, please, I want to ease myself near either police, road safety, and inform that this is the situation with this driver. Look at a situation where somebody is carrying flammable object inside container and putting inside the vehicle. Agents on the road may not even know that such is happening, but passengers in the vehicle will know. Communicating with us will make us do the right thing, not until the whole thing is destroyed. So we should do more of being proactive than being reactive.
I want to appreciate you for coming on Transport Line to enlighten us on how prepared your agency and other traffic management agencies in Lagos State. Regardless of the season, we have a safety conscious agencies managing road traffic in Lagos State. We thank you for coming.
My sincere pleasure.
It's Christmas period, yes, of course. And it's season of what? Compassion. Season of fellowship. So my sing song is still there. Continue to be your brother's keeper. This time around, let's show them that Nigeria is one. We don't need any external forces to tell us. We are together, irrespective of religion, tribes, sentiment, or political affiliation. We are brother's keeper. Be compassionate. Till next time, bye bye for now.